Hey guys, welcome back to True Crime Wife by Jess. I'm your host, Jess Milliken. This podcast focuses on female offenders, the crimes they commit, the why behind it, and in between those full episodes, I focus on cases of missing women or women who have been the victims of homicides that are unsolved, essentially those cold cases that haunt us. This is a space where we talk about real cases, real people, and families who are still waiting for answers. Today's case is one that feels like it should have been solved. There were 911 calls, there was even a possible vehicle, and yet, more than 17 years later, there have been no arrests, no answers. This is the disappearance of Bethany, also known as Beth, Doherty. Bethany Lynn Doherty, also known as Beth, and to some as Buffy, was born on August 10th, 1967. She was 40 years old when she vanished, and she's consistently described the same way. Outgoing, compassionate, fun-loving, the kind of person who made people feel instantly comfortable. She had a warmth about her, a presence, but most importantly, she was a mother. She had 3 children, Logan, Samantha, and Josh. And they were from her first marriage to Patrick McMahon. Her oldest son, Logan, lived with her full time, and her younger 2 children split their time between their parents. Everything Beth did was for her kids. Her life revolved around her children, and from all accounts, Beth was a great mom. At the time Beth disappeared, she was in the middle of a major life transition. She had separated from her second husband, Bill Doherty, in November 2007. Their relationship wasn't violent or anything, but it wasn't without tension, especially when it came to their home. Bill had moved out and he was staying with his parents, and Beth was staying in the house with the kids. And that home had become the center of a legal dispute. Eventually, a judge ruled in Bill's favor, meaning that Beth and the children would have to move out by the end of the school year. So she was dealing with a lot, especially being essentially a single mom with 3 children. She was going through a separation, there was legal stress, there was a pending move, she was raising the 3 kids, but she was still pushing forward. Like, seriously, this woman was so freaking strong. All this stuff life was handing her, and she was dealing with it like a champ. Now, Beth worked at the Extra Mart convenience store in Freeville, New York, which is about a 30-minute drive from her home in Killawog. She worked early morning shifts, which meant that she had to wake up around 3 a.m. And let me just say, I know how much that sucks because I do that for work some days, and holy, those early mornings are no joke, especially when you have kids. Luckily for me, my kids are usually still asleep and my husband deals with them in the morning. But 3 a.m., that's a long day. That's a long day. But despite everything going on in Beth's life, she showed up. She went to work. She worked hard. She connected with the people that she worked with her customers. Her coworker, Debbie Seaman, later said that Beth seemed a little stressed in the days leading up to her disappearance, but nothing out of the ordinary. She did have a lot going on. Just life stuff. In fact, Debbie, it said that she played a little April Fool's joke on Beth, pretending that she was firing her. And Beth laughed. She joked. She carried on. She was still fully engaged in her life. Her sense of humor was intact. And honestly, it sounds like she was a normal, stressed out mom, just going through a lot, which I'm sure all the moms listening, we can all relate to that for sure. Beth was someone customers noticed as well. There was one regular customer, Peter Shug, who said that she was a nice, outgoing person, someone who made an impression. Now, during this time with her separation, Beth had also started dating, though from all accounts and reports that I found, there weren't any serious prospects, just some dates here and there, no specific man that she had talked about or introduced to the family or anything like that. So let's talk about the last night that Beth was seen. She was last seen on April 1st, 2008. She finished work, she went home, her evening was normal, the routine was the same, and later that night, her 18-year-old son, Logan, was the last person to see her. They said, "I love you, good night." He noted that she was wearing her purple pajamas, and that's the last confirmed time that anyone saw Beth. Now, what we think happened, or what investigators think happened, is that Beth likely woke up around her usual time, around 3 a.m. the next morning. Inside the home, there were small signs of her morning having started. There were dishes in the sink, some had been cleaned, some were left unfinished. Her clothes for the day had been laid out. It looks like she had begun her routine. There was no evidence that she was about to leave the house and never come back, at least not on her own. But something happened. Between 3 a.m. and 3:30 a.m., multiple neighbors along Jennings Creek Road, which is the road that she lived on, they wake up, they hear a woman screaming, and it wasn't just like a quick yell, it was a scream that reportedly lasted close to a full minute, long enough to alarm multiple people. So several residents call 911, and the New York State Police respond. The troopers arrive, they search the area, they drive the roads, they shine lights into the woods, but they don't find anything. And without visible evidence of a crime, they clear the scene and return to patrol, which is something that's completely normal. And from what I can tell, the police treated these reports like they would any other suspicious incident. And they did what they normally would, which is check the area, see if they could identify anything suspicious, and when they didn't, they cleared. It happens all the time. Later, Broome County Sheriff's Detective Matthew O'Brien would explain that calls like this weren't entirely unusual, like I just said, and they often did turn out to be nothing. The difference was that this time, it wasn't nothing. So a few hours later, around 6 a.m., Logan wakes up. And at first, nothing seems wrong. His mom usually leaves early for work. But as he moves through the house, things start to feel off. He notices her clothes are still laid out. That's strange. Then her purse, it's still there. Her cigarettes are still there. Her phone, still there. Things are starting to feel very off and very uneasy. And then he notices her keys are still there and her car is still in the driveway, but she's nowhere to be found. Now, that's not just strange to him, it's wrong. Because Beth wouldn't leave without those things. Nobody's leaving without those things, right? Especially maybe she got a ride to work from a friend, but you're still going to take your purse and your cigarettes if you're a smoker and your keys. Maybe you wouldn't take your keys, but your purse, you got to take your purse with you, right? But what's even more telling is that she wouldn't just leave her children without telling someone. So not only is all that stuff there, but there's no note, there's no messages, no phone call that comes saying, hey, I did this and this is why my stuff is still there. Nothing. So Beth gets reported missing to the police. The police respond and they begin examining the home. There's no forced entry, no signs of a struggle inside. Nothing is missing except Beth. And the purple pajamas that she'd been wearing, also not there. Not found at the home. So it's clear that she most likely never changed when she got up. Investigators begin to piece together possible scenarios. Maybe Beth had been in the kitchen, cleaning, starting her morning, and she was interrupted. Or maybe she stepped outside. She was known to go outside to smoke, no matter the weather. So it's possible, she could have stepped outside in the early morning darkness and encountered someone waiting, or someone who showed up unexpectedly. But whatever happened next, it happened quickly, because within a very small window of time, Bethany Doherty disappeared. So what about those 911 calls? So investigators follow up with the 911 callers because they're looking for more details. And they do get some more details. At least one witness reported seeing a struggle between two individuals roughly 80 yards from Beth's home. And near that area, a vehicle described as a dark-colored mid to late 1990s Chevy S10 pickup truck. And that truck has never been identified, the driver has never come forward, and investigators have never been able to locate it, which to me, that says that it's probably related somehow. And of course, With it being as dark as it was impossible for the witness to report anything else in more detail regarding what they saw that morning. No description of the two individuals who were struggling, no specifics or other details about the vehicle. It's very vague. Obviously, this woman is missing, so search efforts begin almost immediately when she's reported missing. Hundreds of acres are searched. Law enforcement, there's volunteers, canine units, helicopters. The Broome County search team is even involved. But the conditions were difficult. There'd been a lot of recent precipitation, and it made the terrain wet, slippery, and unstable, and some areas were even icy. It wasn't ideal. It was almost like the weather was working against them. There were areas where it was really muddy and hard to track. And searchers even said the weather was working against them. And despite covering massive areas, they found nothing. No trail, no clothing, no evidence of Beth whatsoever. She just vanished. Now, from early on, Beth's family believed this wasn't random. They believed that she likely knew the person who took her, which I agree with. That makes sense to me. And statistically is more likely to be the case. You're more likely to be hurt or injured, or, a violent crime is most likely to happen against you by somebody that you know. Like, we know that is statistically, the victims of violent crime are people that the suspect and the victim, they knew each other. So they say, she wouldn't have gone outside in the middle of the night to hang out with a stranger. And if she was outside, having a cigarette and a stranger approached, she had children. She wasn't about to start up a conversation at 3 a.m. and chit-chat about the weather. Not a thing. Stranger danger vibes would have driven her back inside. Unless, of course, she felt some level of familiarity or safety. And that belief has stuck with the family, and personally, it's what I believe after reviewing this case. It had to have been someone that she knew or was acquainted with, some sort of familiarity where she felt comfortable enough for them to at least get close enough to her to take her. So other possible theories there's two main theories that have kind of developed over time. There's the stranger abduction. Someone knew her routine, knew she woke up early, waited for her, took advantage of the darkness and isolation, or maybe they were just in the area and they saw her and they're like, yep, she's the one, and they just took her. A wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. Or what the family and myself believe is that it was someone she knew, someone she trusted, someone she may have recognized, someone she didn't immediately fear. Because again, stepping outside at 3 a.m., that's not something most people do for a stranger. Or if you're outside at 3 a.m. and you see a stranger, I know for me, I'm going back inside. Unless it's someone I know. Then I might hang out and be like, hey, what are you doing up at 3 a.m.? But without evidence, obviously, there are no clear answers, only speculation. So it's been more than 17 years. Bethany Doherty has never been found. No arrests, no confirmed suspects. Investigators, including Detective O'Brien, have said that they believe someone out there knows more than they've shared, and they're still hoping that person comes forward. So here's what I want from you guys. If you know anything, no matter how small, please come forward. You can contact the Broome County Sheriff's Office. I have their information posted on my Facebook website, True Crime Wife by Jess. They have a tip line, because even the smallest detail could change everything. Even if it seems unimportant to you, it could be exactly what the investigators need to finally solve this case. So just to also give you guys some more information about Bethany. So Bethany Lynn Doherty, again, also known as Beth or Buffy, she was born on August 10th, 1967. She's described as a white Caucasian female, approximately 5'7", around 160 pounds, red hair, blue eyes, and she may have been wearing purple pajamas that night. She was last seen at her home on Jennings Creek Road in Killawog, New York on April 1st, 2008, between 10 p.m. and 11 p.m., and is believed to have disappeared in the early morning hours of April 2nd. A vehicle, described as a mid to late 1990s Chevy S10 style pickup truck, was reported in the area at the time of her disappearance. She's a loving mother of 3 children, Logan, Samantha, and Josh. an 18-year-old son waking up to a house that looks completely normal except for one thing. His mom is gone. There are screams in the dark, a possible struggle, a truck that disappears, and then nothing. No answers, no closure, just a family still waiting. If this case stuck with you, like it did me, share it, talk about it, and keep her name out there, because someone, somewhere, knows what happened to Beth, and it's time they finally say something. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of True Crime Wife by Jess. Please take a second to leave a review, 5 stars if you're on Apple. It really helps the podcast grow, and more importantly, and this is the most important piece, it helps stories like Beth's reach more people. I also truly love reading your feedback so that I can keep improving and bringing you the kind of content that matters. If you have a case that you want to see covered, email me at truecrimewifebyjess@gmail.com. If you want more information about Bethany Doherty's case, head over to my Facebook page, True Crime Wife by Jess, where I'll be posting additional details and updates. You can also catch updates about the podcast from that page as well. Finally, as always, cases like this matter. Awareness matters. Sharing matters. Someone knows something, someone saw something, and someday we hope that they say something. This is Jess, and I'll see you in the next episode.